Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start off tonight's show by talking about the captain, Jordan Henderson, because I woke up today to the news of something that I didn't think I was going to see. So originally, the news started to come out that maybe Jordan Henderson wasn't going to be offered a new contract by Liverpool Football Club. His current deal runs for another 2 years, but as the day went on and the story began to get more legs and more major journalists started to get behind it, it's not ended up looking like a great day for both us as a football club, for our captain Jordan Henderson, and yet again it looks like an absolute PR gaffe by our owner. So what do we know about it? Well, contract talks seem to have stalled at this moment in time. There's no progression with them. Henderson wants to know that he feels loved and feels wanted at the club. And look, there's a couple of trains of thought on this, but let's start off with where it all came from and how the journalists played it out today. So first of all, David Ornstein came out and said significant uncertainty over Jordan Henderson's Liverpool future. Talks to renew contract, which ends in 2023, began weeks ago and no real progress. Neither side wanted Gini Wijnaldum repeat, so it may open the door to the 31-year-old leaving. Then we follow on with Dominic King, who said this situation with Jordan Henderson and Liverpool is complicated. Look, these things always are. But there's a very real prospect he could leave this summer. Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are watching the situation and waiting. And then comments attributed to David Maddock of the Mirror said Jordan Henderson will seek a transfer out this summer if it is not clear he is valued by the money men at the football club. Now, here's where I am on this one. Do I, from a footballing perspective, understand that when Jordan Henderson's contract runs out, he'll be 33 years of age and the club may not want to renew that much longer? Part of me gets that. But the part that I don't think any of us understand or will be able to understand is the prospect of Jordan Henderson maybe being sold this summer. It's no surprise to me whatsoever that clubs like Atletico Madrid and PSG are circling around in the hope that maybe Henderson does get moved on, because he is a leader on and off the pitch. People ask me about my stance on Rafael Benitez, and I said sometimes with Rafael Benitez it transcends football for me. The same as with Jordan Henderson. Let's remember the Henderson situation. We were just about to offload this guy to Fulham many moons ago in a swap deal for Clint Dempsey. Hendo dug his heels in and stayed, and look what he has done. He has made himself the Liverpool captain. He has won a Champions League, a Premier League, a Super Cup, a Club World Cup, and most importantly, he has been both the fans' representative on the pitch and also somebody that has galvanised the fan base, the players. Don't forget, it was Jordan Henderson that organised people to speak out from the club about the whole European Super League fiasco with our owners. It was Jordan Henderson that coordinated a load of tweets from other footballers as well. Jordan Henderson is a damn fine leader, and he is somebody that has picked up the captain's armband from Steven Gerrard, which is not an easy thing to do, and has led the club with distinction and with honour, and in a way that I think we all look at and think, yes, that is my captain, proud to have him as Liverpool Football Club captain. So you look at it from a couple of ways. 33 years of age, okay, we know that the club often don't want to give out long deals for people who are gone past 30 years of age, but we've already seen that Gini Wijnaldum has still probably to tell his story on the real reasons behind why he left Liverpool Football Club. It seemed Jurgen Klopp didn't want him to go. It seemed the other players didn't want him to go. And questions are being asked if maybe FSG went above Klopp on that one and made the decision for him. Now, with Jordan Henderson, if he gets sold this summer, I'm going to go as far as to say that's... I mean, we keep talking about last straws. There is no more last straws. If this happens, FSG are basically just going to see a fan revolt. It is absolutely disgusting to think that somebody that has done as much for this football club, for the city and for us as fans, could be looking down the barrel of being disrespected by the owners of our football club. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to me this is disgusting and it's completely unacceptable. If Hendo wanted to run down his deal and leave in 2 years, if they didn't want to give a 33-year-old guy a new contract, that's something we deal with 2 years down the line, when we know what his fitness is like, when we know if we slow down a little bit. But the prospect of him maybe leaving this summer, The fact that that's even being talked about is unacceptable. Jordan Henderson should and needs to feel the love. We spoke about Mo Salah recently as well. Why is it that we've always heard that the valuable players, those that have contributed to the success, will be rewarded? There aren't many that have contributed more than El Capitan Jordan Henderson, and to yet again see the lack of respect being shown. Look, we're all football fans. We understand time stands still for no man. We get that. We looked at Jordan Henderson and yes, we see a couple of little niggly issues. But look at James Milner as another example. James Milner's at the football club. He'll be here for another year. What will he be then? 36 years of age or so, 37 when he moves on. And probably will have another year or two somewhere else. So I think many people might understand that maybe the club won't renew his contract in 2 years' time. That's not right in my opinion, but it's less deplorable than the possibility of him going this summer. Now normally with this type of thing you'd say to yourself, look, it's probably an agent putting it out there trying to get a better deal for the player, and normally I would say yes, that's possible, but Hendo's never played that game. Hendo's never really been somebody that's looked to do things that way, nor do I think he'd accept an agent going rogue and putting that type of stuff out there. So if it's looking like the fans are going to be pitched between FSG and Jordan Henderson, there's only going to be one winner. Same as if you put us up against Jurgen Klopp, there's only going to be one winner. We will back Henderson, we will back Klopp, and we will back them unequivocally, because they are the boys that have led us to the success that we craved and that we wanted. And as I said, picking up the captain's armband from Stevie G was one of the most difficult tasks that anybody will... You know, we spoke about before about United as an example. Who was going to succeed Sir Alex Ferguson when he went in there? Moyes did it, didn't work out great. Hendo took his time to establish himself and to get the respect that he deserves, and now he is getting that respect from fans far and wide. Every manager he works with sings his praises. I'm baffled, folks. I'm past being angered by it, because it is just blatant stupidity at this point. They've already had a massive PR fuck up over the summer with the fiasco around the Super League. Gini Wijnaldum leaving wasn't happy for many of us. There's still uncertainty around what's going on with Mohamed Salah, and then we get the all reliable line put out again with 2022 is when FSG envisioned the real overhaul of the squad. We're not idiots. We hear this every single year. It's always next year. When 2022 comes around, we all know what will happen. The PR machine will be pulled out in full force again, and there will be excuse number 752 why Liverpool haven't done what we were all led to believe they were going to do. Just come out and be honest and say that you're penny pinching and that you're disrespecting the captain, because he deserves better than this. He deserves better than this. Whether you're one of Jordan Henderson's biggest fans like me or not, to treat the captain of a football club, to have it gone public like this, is not the way Liverpool Football Club have previously or should be ever doing business. You do not air your dirty laundry in public. Everything should be kept behind closed doors, and I think that Jordan Henderson deserves nothing but the utmost of respect for the job he's done as Liverpool captain, for the leadership that he's shown, for the way he's galvanised the team together during difficult times. The man is a legend. And yeah, I think he's on roughly, and again, don't hold me to this, but I think his wages are somewhere in and around 140 grand a week. Now, the good friend Mark Goldbridge over at the United stand was saying that Juan Mata has been on roughly that wage for almost the entire time he's been at Manchester United. Juan Mata, somebody who for the last few years has been a bit part player at United. Not the captain, not the person who's been out front and centre, not the person who's faced the media, taken on extra responsibilities, brought players together, brought the fans back on board, showed what side they were on when the FSG Super League nonsense came around, stood there and stood up to be counted when we needed somebody on our behalf to stand up and be counted. So to FSG, or to anybody that is on board with the idea of Henderson leaving this summer, you're wrong. And you will prove. Look at the win percentage with and without Hendo in the team. We need Hendo. This is not the summer to be adding more instability after a season of instability. We need to galvanise ourselves this summer. We need to get recruits in, but we need to keep the old guard, the level heads, the senior players in the dressing room. Because yes, we've great youngsters coming through. Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Quiveen Kelleher, Muzialowski, Cade Gordon. There's some really talented young guys coming through. But for every great youngster, you need that level-headed senior pro at the club, and they don't come much more level-headed than Jordan Henderson. So, to anybody watching, please get behind me on this one. I know that you feel the same way that I do. The idea of selling Jordan Henderson this summer cannot be tolerated and should not be tolerated, because Jordan Henderson is an integral part of everything good about this Liverpool group of players. He's the manager's representative on the pitch, and there is a reason why he's the captain of this club, because he is a goddamn leader. So hopefully this gets resolved. There is every chance it will, but the fact that we're even getting to this point once again shows that they just don't get it. Every time we think that there's not another fuck up coming, they somehow manage to say, hold my beer, we're gonna do it again. Don't do it with the captain. Show him the respect he deserves. It's Jordan Henderson, for Christ's sake. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna switch back over for your guys' take on it now, because it's getting annoying to me that day after day we have this shit coming up. So look, let's get your take on Jordan Henderson, your take on the captain. Put it into the chat, and I'm going to see what you guys have to say. I mean, I could have done a far more expletive, far more angry rant there, but what's the point? You know, there's no point in me sitting here and putting out a rant saying F you, John Henry, and this. It doesn't get anywhere. We need to be more proactive. We need to do what Hendo did. We need to galvanise together and let it be known that this is not what we want, this is not what we're going to accept, just like Liverpool fans have done numerous times in the past. There's no better group of people to come together when needs be. We've seen it during the Super League. We've seen all clubs fans come together to get rid of that nonsense idea, and the idea of Jordan Henderson leaving the football club this summer stinks to high hell to me. So hopefully it gets resolved, but as I said, the fact that it's even gone public, it's not a good look. It's not good enough.